Hey guys, it's Ricky here, back with another sharpening video, and today I have the Wüsthof Classic Icon Chef Knife, and we are going to be continuing our sharpening series on the Otoma 140 here. And so yeah, we're just going to hop right into it, not talk too much. You guys have watched enough of my videos to know exactly how this whole process works. I'll do my normal passes and see how many passes it takes for me to develop a working burr on both sides, and then afterwards we will drop the knife on the stone, and then we'll do a cut test and see how the edge holds up, just dropping on the 140 plate itself. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to do something different. I haven't sharpened this knife with a single stroke yet, so I'm going to try that. So let's just see how this works on this knife. I think it actually will work pretty well, but because it does have a nice rocker profile, a single stroke motion will actually benefit this knife. The only downside to this sort of a cutting style is you take a lot more time to actually develop your burr. But being that this is a very aggressive stone or a plate, I don't think it'll be that bad. Oh, I forgot to run the blade on the stone or on the brick. Almost screwed up my entire series. Okay, I think that was 20. That was maybe a little bit more, but that's okay. No big deal. Alright, so we want to wash the brick off. Don't want to aid the diamond stone in any way. Alright, here we go. Okay, that was I think that was 30 strokes or so. Alright, so let's continue. Okay, I believe that was 50. Okay, almost there. Okay, I believe that was 70. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, I think that's 90. I think 20 more strokes and we'll be ready to go. Starting to dry up a little bit. Okay, that was I think that was 110 strokes, and we're actually ready to move on now. So I'll turn this around. Okay, so coming on the other side, I'm going to go this way so I can mirror the scratch pattern. Okay. Okay, I believe that was 30 strokes. Okay. Okay. That I believe that was 50 strokes now. I think another, yeah, probably 20 more. I think we'll be ready. Okay. All right. So we've got a yeah, we've got a good working beer here. So now I'm gonna start my stropping process. So let me just recap that. The first side, I believe it took me 110 strokes, and the second side, it took me what, 70 strokes. So, you know, about 50, 60% of the stroke count of the first side, which is actually quite normal. Normally, you would expect a very aggressive stone to produce a burr in roughly half of the passes of the first side. Okay, so that actually is pretty consistent, which is expected. So now I'm gonna go 10 strokes on each side and see how it looks and see how the burr feels. And if I need to add strokes, then I will. But I think 10 should be enough for this stone here and this knife here. You know what? I'm gonna continue this way. Let's just do that. Make it consistent. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the burr has yeah, it's all folded over. Okay, good. So 10 strokes is just right. Okay, that's now we'll go down to 8. Okay, we'll go 8. Now we'll go to 6. Okay, go to 6. All right. We'll go to 4. Okay, then we'll go to 2. We'll do that a few times. Okay, now we'll go to 1. All right, so as for reference, you actually can start, and for the entire process, you can actually alternate the entire sharpening process, okay? The only negative that I can think of is when you're starting off and your muscles are cold, and you start off alternating, you actually can get into a situation where your muscles just aren't ready and they're not going to be able to maintain the exact same angle. So that's why I find it much easier to start off going, in one direction X amount of times and then turning the knife over. Okay, and as you warm up and as you progress in your sharpening, then when you get towards the stropping and at the end, you can alternate and that will be no problem. And I think that that process or that method would be a lot easier for most folks to learn, especially if you're new to hand sharpening. Okay, so let's do a quick cut test here. So as you guys can see, this stone here is really not taking off a whole lot of material. What diamonds do is they do take off material, and you don't really see a whole lot of it, but they really bend material. So the metals, you see big deep scratches that develop. So they really, they take off a lot of material. Unlike wet stones, where you don't see any sort of loading up on the stones because a lot of it gets kind of washed off, and so you just have to be careful. Diamond stones are extremely aggressive, even though you may not see the load up because the metals from the steels aren't going to load up onto the surface of the plate. So just keep that in mind. Even though you don't see materials, a lot of material is actually removed and moved around. Okay. All right here. All right. So let's try, before I cut this one, let's try some crumpled up newspaper. All right. We can't have a sharpening without this making its appearance. Okay. Let's see here. Well, it can cut, but as you guys may expect, hey, check that out. Aha. Ooh. Okay. That's a nice surprise. Oh. That may have been the best cut. Now my hands are actually making the whole piece damp here. Okay, well, it actually does. It had a couple of pretty decent cuts on this newspaper. Let's try on this guy here. Okay, so it cuts fairly well. All right, so yeah, so here, check that out. Nice curved, really nice clean edge. I mean, surprising for 140 grit whetstone, or not diamond stone for that matter. And yeah, I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised. So my last sharpening on the Zwilling Pro, is actually, I think, even a softer steel than the Wüsthof. So it had a slightly rougher cutting edge, and so being that this is a slightly harder steel, it actually reacted a little bit better in terms of giving a cleaner edge on the diamond plate than the Zwilling Pro. But so we'll see how this will it actually continue. Will the 59 and 60 knives with the Rockwell scales on the 59 and 60, will they actually get smoother as well? So that'll be interesting to see. All right, so as you guys can see here, the Atoma 140 is it's a fixer stone, but it can sharpen as well. It can produce a relatively clean edge. You just have to take your time. You really have you have to develop a decent and consistent technique. It's all about consistency when it comes to working with this stone here. Very low pressure and being consistent and holding and maintaining that consistent angle is the key to getting a successful sharpening process on this stone. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.